hopefully nobody else will go through what my daughter went through and what my family's gone through.
A family shares their fight for justice in order to protect more children from sexual predators. They're the driving force behind a new Arizona law that makes it easier to prosecute suspected criminals before they physically abuse a victim, a crime now called child enticement.
Reporter Derek Staahl sat down with the family who's using their trauma to promote real change. And a warning, some of the details are graphic.
It absolutely changed my life in every single way, and although I hate that it happened, I can say that I am much happier where I am now than where I was.
This teen, who we'll call Anne, says she was a 14-year-old freshman on the girls' softball team when her coach started texting her personal details.
In text conversations, he told me about how he was in high school, the first time he had sex, then he lost his virginity.
She says the coach, a man in his 30s who was also a teacher, insisted she visit his classroom alone, and they'd spend long stretches on his couch.
You said he towed the line, but he never technically crossed it. What did you mean by that?
There was a time when we were sitting on the couch, like side by side. His hand would go on my thigh, it would go up like to the bottom of my shorts. One time it went up, like up the back of my shirt. However, he never went, the step further.
Anne says the principal eventually discovered them alone in a locked classroom, and that's when her family went to police.
The police officer who investigated your daughter's case said this was the worst case of grooming he's seen in his 35-year career, and yet there was nothing they could do?
Correct. When you see something done to your kid, there's really nothing worse. And when you can't get the justice that they deserve, it's a horrible feeling as a parent.
The county attorney's office dropped charges against the coach, citing burden of proof issues. Privately, Anne's family says prosecutors told them they couldn't bring charges for sexual assault because Anne never claimed he touched her crotch or chest, only her buttocks and thigh. And they couldn't bring a case for harassment because Anne didn't object.
As a mom, when you hear that explanation of, we can't bring these charges because your 14-year-old daughter didn't say no, how does that sit with you?
The same way it sat when I've heard all this, it's horrific. And that's why we tried to start this, because the only way they would stop him is if he actually completed the act. By the grace of God, he didn't get that far. But there is a lot of damage that's been done.
The family contacted State Representative Travis Grantham, and he introduced a bill that would define grooming as a criminal offense. But critics argued the bill could be used to criminalize teachers.
2310's broad and vague language still threatens to criminalize innocent acts that would educate teens and other young adults about sexually transmitted disease, reproductive health, and safe sex.
They also argued the term grooming itself has become an anti-LGBT slur. So Grantham amended the bill to child enticement and added protections for things with serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. Before the final vote, lawmakers referenced Anne and passed the bill.
We recognize and appreciate the victim that came forward here, who's a 16-year-old girl who's sitting in the gallery right now, and give her a round of applause for her strength and her courage.
My ultimate goal is to not have anybody else go through what I've gone through.
The new law makes it a felony to entice a child to send nude images or take any steps in furtherance of the sexual abuse of a minor. And there's harsher punishments if the adult is in a position of trust. The family stresses this isn't just about teachers or coaches, but any adult who interacts with children. The statute took effect in September 2024. How exactly it will be used in court has yet to play out.